Hey y'all, welcome back to Holistic Flow. I am your girl, Lolo, and today I'm gonna show my updated wash day routine for a semi-freeform locks. I don't retwist at all. Lately, I haven't been using many products on my hair. I honestly only use 2 of them. So I'll be showing you how I shampoo my hair and how I kind of style slash whatever I do after I wash my hair. In this routine, I don't do every single step every time I wash my hair, but this is my go-to thing. A little background information, I usually wash my hair every 2 weeks on average, and every time I wash my hair is usually in the morning after I have done a morning workout, so I can just kill 2 birds with 1 stone, wash my body and wash my hair. So I'm already in the shower and I'm gonna go ahead and start my wash day routine.
First, you'll see me checking the water temperature, and I usually use lukewarm water to rinse my hair. Usually, I would be washing my hair after washing my body, so my hair would already have some steam in it and it would already be damp so that the water could penetrate pretty nicely. I try to rinse my hair really well because I have low porosity hair, which means that water often doesn't penetrate my hair very easily. You can tell that it's low porosity because you can just see the water droplets sitting on top of my hair. That means they're not penetrating easily. So if you have low porosity hair, you may want to use like more warm water than cold water. And then I'm going to take the Carol's Daughter Wash Day Delight, which I absolutely love this shampoo because it has the nozzle and because it's a liquid to foam shampoo. But the nozzle just makes it really easy to get in between all of my parts. It really gets to the scalp. So I just twist that open and start putting the shampoo all over and rubbing it in as I put it on my scalp. When I wash my hair, I usually lather, rinse, and repeat, but for the first lather, I focus mainly on the roots. I don't believe that you should use your nails to scrub your scalp, but honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, sometimes I use a combination of my fingertips and my nails because, the more clean you can get, the better. So I really go in on my scalp, especially around the perimeter of the edges where I see the most buildup happening. Then we're gonna rinse and repeat. On this next lather, you'll see me dragging the shampoo not only on my roots, but also throughout the rest of the length of my locks. I usually don't do that every single time because if I did, then my hair would be always dry because only the roots really need to be shampooed. However, I felt like the length of my hair was a bit dirty as well, and I just wanted a deep clean. Let me know how y'all enjoyed that ASMR style inspired portion of the video. Now I'm just wringing out my hair to get ready to dry it and move on to the next step. I always use a t-shirt to dry off my hair after I wash it because I feel like it's more efficient than a towel. And I always start by sectioning off my hair to organize it. I usually do half up, half down. And I'm getting ready to do a braid out on my hair, but first I'm going to separate my roots, and I'm going to use this rose water by Napstar. I've been using this for about a month now, and this is the absolute only product that I use on my hair. It gets the job done. It just moisturizes it. And I also can use it on my face too, even though it says only for locks. I use it on my face too because it's very moisturizing. Anywho, I spray this all over my hair. Now I'm just gonna go in and separate any locks that want to marry at the root. I stopped using a rat tail comb to separate my parts. I don't really care much about my parts, so I just go in and pop my locks very lightly. And then I go straight into braiding my hair. At the back, I used 3 locks for each braid, but in the front, you'll see I had to use sometimes 4 locks for each braid because I have an even number of locks in my head. And I'll simply go through my whole head and braid it up. And after I braid it, I will use a rubber band at the end of my hair to seal off the end.
Alright, so while I'm doing the front of my hair, I figured I would go ahead and give some explanation for why I am not using many products on my hair. After I wash my hair, I used to put water on it, water that contained aloe vera gel, and then to moisturize, and then I would, over top of that water and aloe vera gel, put oil in my hair. I recently came across some information that supported the idea that oil is not the best thing to put on your hair because it actually prevents extra moisture from coming inside of your hair and ultimately leads to drier hair. And it's actually been a pretty controversial thing in the lock community and in the natural hair community in general. So I'm sure some of you have probably seen the videos where people are doing the no oils, no butters challenge, whether it be on their natural hair or they have locks. Well, locks is natural hair, but it's another form of natural hair. But it recently became very popular, and no oils on the hair seems to work for a lot of people, but for some people it doesn't. And I think that is totally valid, and hopefully by sharing my side of the story and what works for my hair, maybe somebody can relate and find the best thing that works for their hair. So I stopped using oils about a month ago, and I only started using rose water. This rose water that I'm using on my hair currently. I started to try rose water because I realized that my hair was a little bit dry, and I realized that oils, they were clogging up my scalp and they were really causing some extra buildup in my hair, I felt, that didn't need to be there. So when I would go to wash my hair, it was like I wasn't really washing it all out, because if you think about it in theory, the less you put in your hair, the less you will have to wash out of your hair. So if you don't put many products or many heavy products in your hair, then you won't have any heavy products or buildup to wash out of the hair. And that became my logic. And I felt like the oils that I was using were kind of heavy on my hair and my scalp. I didn't use oil on my hair or scalp for a week, and immediately I started to see a difference in the way that the water that I would spray on my hair throughout the week was penetrating my hair. So if you think about it, like, water and oil do not mix. And when you first moisturize your hair, you put the water on your hair, then you put the oil over top of it. And that's how, I guess, people would normally moisturize their hair. But what about if you do that same routine a few days throughout the week? So you already have oil on your hair from when you did your moisture routine Monday. So then you go back to do your moisture routine again on Wednesday. And since oil was the last thing you put in your hair, oil and water don't mix. So when you want to put water back on your hair on Wednesday, after the last thing you put on your hair was oil on Monday, that water is gonna like sit on top of the oil. At least that's the way it's been explained to me, and that's the way I've learned to understand it. And it makes a lot of sense, at least for my hair. So once I stopped putting oil on my hair, I realized that it could be very easily moisturized with simply water, whether it be water straight from the faucet or the rose water that I've been using for about a month now. And again, rose water is literally the only thing I use to moisturize my hair now. In essence, I feel like the less you put in your hair, the less you will have to wash out. The less products you have, the less conditioners, the less heavy oils, and the less whatever else you put in your hair, the less buildup you will ultimately have. And with Locs, buildup is a large conflict. And it could possibly be that I was using oils that were too heavy, because I would always use olive oil, Jamaican black castor oil, peppermint oil, and tea tree oil, and mix all of those oils up into one oil. And that's what I would use for my hair, my scalp. I know for some people, they use different oils on their scalp, or maybe lighter oils on their scalp, because our scalp produces natural oils called, I think, sebum. And so they use the lighter oils on their scalp and heavier oils on their hair. And that's what works for them. And then something else may work for somebody else. And I know that I've looked on other people's, oh, dang it. Okay. We'll just add this one to this braid. I've seen videos where people talking about why they no longer use oils on their natural hair, or why they don't use anything but like water and stuff. And other people disagree. I think a lot of things, or a lot of customs, I guess, challenge our way of thinking as Black people, because a lot of things that we were kind of like made to believe about our hair was ingrained in us through systems such as discrimination and racism. So much so that at one point we believed that, or the majority of us believed that you needed to have like a relaxer in your hair for your hair to be manageable. That mentality we're not too far removed from that mentality. So I think about that mentality that was ingrained in us, again, not by our own people, but it doesn't take me aback that there's so much conflict about what are the right products for Afro textured hair, for locks and everything. It is very easy to take, I feel like, offense to something that someone else is saying this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. Because I don't think there's any right thing that you should do or any right thing that you shouldn't do when it comes to your hair. It's literally what feels good to you is the right thing to do. If you saw my last wash day routine, you would see that I was using a bar soap to wash my hair. That particular bar soap was not a bar soap for hair. It was really for your body. And I realized that I shouldn't have been using it on my hair because one of the main ingredients in it was shea butter. Shea butter, I don't think should be in Locs, like in anybody's Locs, because it's a heavy product. And even though it was in a soap, and soap lathers out and rinses out very well, I shouldn't have been putting that on my hair because I realized that that soap was causing me buildup. And maybe I'll insert some clips right here of the buildup that was in my hair. And this buildup was in my hair after I had shampooed my hair with that soap 3 times that day. I shampooed it 3 times and there was still buildup in my hair. So that's the main reason I stopped using that soap and realized that it's better to use things that are clear on your hair, especially on your locks, like clear rose water or like, you know, anything else that's water-based. That soap wasn't really water-based, and I think that's why I opted for the Carol's Daughter shampoo. That is really nicely, and it's clear, and it actually got the buildup out of my hair that was left over from that soap. So I'll probably be using that one for a while, that Carol's Daughter one. If you want me to make a separate video about all the things that I no longer do on my hair or my locks, and why I no longer do those things and what I have learned from doing certain things on my locks, and a more detailed version of why I no longer use oils on my hair, comment down below that you want to see that video and I will make that video soon. So I decided to put my hair in like 2 ponytails on either side because it was like all down. That wouldn't really be a style. This is more like a style. You can see that my roots are not pulled at all. This is really simple, easy. It took me all of like 30 minutes to braid my hair. Currently my hair is not dripping wet. It's like very damp. It's probably gonna dry in like less than 5 hours, which I really enjoy. Not much pulling on the roots at all, or not any pulling at the roots really. And my parts aren't really defined. They don't need to be because I have semi-freeform locks, and parts aren't really a big concern. I'll come back tomorrow when my hair is all dry and then I'll take it down. Alright, it is the next day. I left these braids in all day yesterday. Now I'm gonna take them out. I would say on average my hair took about 7 hours to dry all the way through. I'm gonna put all my hair up so I can focus on the back. And also, let me go get my scissors because sometimes these rubber bands get stuck in my hair, and yeah. looks a lot more voluptuous than it usually looks. Braid outs usually give a lot more definition and volume, I find, than twist outs. My hair still smells like rose water from the shampoo and the rose water spray that I used on my hair yesterday. The wavy look will probably last me maximum a week and a half. After a week is when it usually starts really dropping. At night, all I do is like put a bonnet on, or actually I put like a silk scarf on. For the first few days that I have my hair like this, I usually will wear a plastic bag when I'm in the shower so that the steam won't let it drop too much. But after probably like 4 or 5 days, I just stop wearing a plastic bag in the shower and just put my hair up in a ponytail to let the steam get to it. Sometimes I will just separate my roots and let it air dry the rest of the day without braiding it or twisting it. It all just depends on how I'm feeling. I usually go for this look though, because I prefer my locks to be wavy. If you have semi-freeform locks and don't want to retwist it all, but still want to make it look like some sort of style and do it easily, then this is a great thing to do. Very easy. And yesterday, it only took me like less than 30 minutes to put the braids in. This morning, it only took me less than 20 minutes to take the braids out. Very simple. Throughout the week, I will spray rose water on it, not every single day, but probably every 3 days. You're probably wondering, if you don't use any oils, how do you maintain your scalp throughout the week? Well, I don't use any oils on my scalp because I actually find that using oils on my scalp causes more buildup on top of the natural oils that our scalp produces. I spray rose water on my scalp when it gets dry. The rose water seems to moisturize my scalp as much as it needs to be. Well, this concludes my updated wash day routine with no retwist for my semi-freeform locks. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for more lock videos. And I hope to see you in my next video. But until then, I'm sending peace your way, love your way, and joy to you, your family, and your friends. All right, y'all. Peace.